I would like to read a poem to you in order to close my sermon. And it's called The Chemistry of Character. I really like this one. John and Peter, Robert and Paul, God in his wisdom created them all. John was a statesman, Peter a slave, Robert a preacher, and Paul was a knave. Evil or good as the case might be, John and Peter and Robert and Paul, God in his wisdom created them all. Out of earth's elements mingled with flame, out of life's compounds of glory and shape, fashioned and shaped by no will of their own, and helplessly into life's history thrown. Born by the law that compels men to be, born into conditions they could not foresee. John and Peter, Robert and Paul, God in his wisdom created them all. John was the head and the heart of his state. He was trusted and honored and was noble and great. Peter was made 'neath life's burdens to groan, and never once dreamed that his soul was his own. Robert great glory and honor received for zealously preaching what no one believed. While Paul of the pleasures of sin took his fill and gave up his life to the service of ill. It chanced that these men, in their passing away from earth and its conflicts, all died the same day. John was mourned through the length and the breadth of the land. Peter fell 'neath the lash in a merciless hand. Robert died with the praise of the Lord on his tongue. For Paul was convicted of murder and hung. John and Peter and Robert and Paul, the purpose of life was fulfilled in them all. Men said of the statesman, how noble and brave. But of Peter, alas, he was only a slave. Of Robert, 'tis well with his soul, it is well. While Paul, they consigned him to the torments of hell. Born by one law, through all nature the same, what made them differ, and who was to blame? John and Peter and Robert and Paul, God in his wisdom, he made them all. Out of that region of infinite light, where the soul of the black man is as pure as the white, out where the flesh can no longer control the freedom and the faith of the God-given soul. Who shall determine what change may befall? John and Peter and Robert and Paul. John may increase in wisdom and goodness. Peter rejoice in an infinite peace. Robert may learn that the truths of the Lord are more in the Spirit and not in the Word. And Paul may be blessed with a holier birth than the passions of man had allowed him on earth. John and Peter and Robert and Paul, God in his wisdom created them all. Thank you.